talking a lot lately about alternatives for holidays, for recipes that are really healthy. Today we're going to be talking about Nutty butter cups. I'm going to show you how to make them. All you need is some sugar-free, dairy-free chocolate. I use our Brain and Love bars, and I'm going to be showing you those. And you need a little bit of almond or cashew butter. If you're allergic to nuts, you can use sun butter. So let's jump into it. So Nutty butter cups are absolutely one of my favorite desserts to make for several reasons. One, they're super easy, they're 2 ingredients. 2, they're really versatile. They really work for any holiday, for any party that you're having. They're a favorite. So for my family, my daughter's friends, for sleepovers, everybody seems to love them. So you need about 4 ounces of melted chocolate. Of course, I'm partial to ours, Brain and Love, because they're dairy-free and sugar-free. Very clean chocolate. So I'm gonna melt, it really depends on how many of these cups you're gonna make. So I'm gonna melt about 4 ounces, or actually more like 6 ounces right now. I'm just gonna break it up, dump it in a bowl. Now, if you wanna really burn-proof your chocolate, I'm gonna microwave it. You can definitely use a double boiler if you want to. And if you put about, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of coconut oil, depending on how much chocolate you have, for 1 ounce to 2 ounces, I'd say no more than a teaspoon. A little bit more, you can put a little bit more coconut oil, but it makes the chocolate really forgiving, so it doesn't burn. And when you put it in the refrigerator or freezer, it will set up really nicely. And now, 15 to 20 second intervals. The reason you don't want to put it in longer, you need to take it out every 15 to 20 seconds to stir it to make sure it's not burning. So it takes about maybe just a little over a minute of doing that in intervals, and you should have perfectly melted chocolate. All right, so now we're ready to fill the little cups with chocolate. You're gonna fill the bottom only. So you're gonna take a spoon, like so. So once you have the number of cups that you want to fill, the bottom's covered with chocolate, you need to put it in the freezer. It really only takes, with the chocolate and the coconut oil, about 2 to 3 minutes, but I'd say 5 minutes just to be safe. Put it in there so it hardens up and sets, so that when you put the nut butter in, it'll sit nice and firm. You don't want it to smash down. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer for just a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back. So now that the chocolate in the bottom is set, now we're gonna put the nut butter into the bottom of the cups. You're just gonna take a small spoon, and you wanna make sure it's about 1/2 of a teaspoon. You don't wanna get too much. If you get too much, you won't be able to cover the top of it with the chocolate. The nut butter will seep out the sides, and it won't look like a peanut butter cup. So you want it to sort of look like a regular peanut butter cup. It's probably a little too much. About that much, about 1/2 teaspoon. Now you might have to heat your chocolate up for about 10 to 15 seconds. If it starts to set, it needs to be nice and melted. Once we're done with that, we're gonna fill the top with chocolate. Make sure the chocolate goes all the way around the sides of the nut butter. Just take your chocolate and fill. And you wanna they don't have to go all the way to the top, but make sure you at least go over the top of the almond butter or cashew butter, whatever you're using. Perfect. Now I'm gonna put this in the freezer. Usually after about 10 to 15 minutes, they're ready to go, and then I'll show you the final product. So this is what they will look like when they're finished. They look like a peanut butter cup. Now you can actually put them, like I said, in different decorative cups, so for different holidays, whether it's Christmas or Valentine's Day, Halloween, whatever. They work for any occasion, and that's what I love about them. So those are Nutty butter cups. These are a favorite of my friends and family. Would love to hear the reaction of your friends and family. You can post photos for me, send me some comments. Also, you can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and I would just really love to connect with you. I want to know more about what you think about these.